just conversating. He say I'm happy you called, what you been up to lately? I said
Yo, what's up, y'all, and welcome back to Life in Plumbing. Man, we are back with another one. All right, so how often is it that you guys get to see the underground of plumbing inside of a school, right? You walk inside your elementary school, your high school, even your college, right? You go into these bathrooms, you see all these toilets set up, right? Labs and everything, and you see a little floor drain in the middle of the floor. You see the fixtures, right? But you don't often see what goes on underneath and how it actually comes all together, right? Comes up from the floor. I'm gonna show you guys a plumbing rough that we did. We roughed in the underground. This is the underground part. This is the beginning, right? So it was an existing school, which means the school had already been built. They are remodeling the restrooms, probably adding toilets, rearranging some things. And I was invited out to do this particular restroom. I did the men's side of this restroom. Is it the men's side? Boom, boom. Yes, I did the men's side of this restroom. So you're gonna have your 5 toilets. Actually, it's all men's restroom. Okay, so yeah, it's all men's restroom. I was out there 1 day, 2 days, and then I plumbed this. So, all right, so then I'm gonna show you guys kind of what I had to do, what it looks like, kind of get you guys familiar with what we're looking at so you guys can see, all right? I actually made a mistake in here. I know, I made a mistake, all right? Working real fast, sometimes you forget things and you're just ready to like knock it all out, and then right when it was done, I realized I missed something. I was actually told that I was missing something, but yeah, realized I was missing something, and I ended up actually putting it in after this, but we'll see. We'll see if you guys can figure it out too, all right? So yeah, this is just a plumbing rough that I did. Let's talk about it. All right, so here is a men's restroom. How do we know it's a men's restroom? Well, you guys won't be able to tell from this picture right here. But there is actually, if you guys can see my little mouse, there's actually on this right side over here, there are 2 urinals that are going to be put in there. Girls don't use urinals, so therefore it's a men's bathroom. That's how we know. As far as now, right? Crazy world out there. So let's talk about it. Here is the point of connection. Right here, all this behind here in this section, hopefully you guys can see my pointer. Here is the connection. You're gonna see a band right here, right outside the wall. Everything behind on the left side of this band going this way is existing. Everything you're seeing right here is new. We just put it in, all right? So let's talk about the first thing you're gonna see. So first of all, right here in this section, this is going to determine your heights, and it's gonna determine your starting point, okay? You have a starting point. That's where you wanna start from, because it comes out the wall at a certain height. It's gonna let you know if you're gonna have to dig down, if you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, what you're gonna have to do at this point, where you're gonna start from. Knowing that when you come into a restroom, the first thing you're gonna do is, hey, let's find a point of connection where we're gonna tie into, and then we'll start from there, okay? Obviously, I didn't dig this out. I just plumbed it, but they already had it dug out, so they kind of already had their system and how they wanted to do it. The problem was, and this happens a lot, right? You'll plan for how you want it to go, and I think I have a picture of it, how they planned it. They planned how they wanted it to go. Yeah, they planned how they wanted it to go, and it wasn't gonna go that way, right? So usually that's how it happens, man. You'll be like, all right, I got this plan. You get up in there, you're like, oh, well, I can't do that because of this, and I can't do this because of that. That's how it's gonna go all the time. So when you're planning, you wanna know what fittings you need in the beginning, kind of give yourself an idea, but honestly, you never really know 100%. I've never seen somebody just be like, here's the plan, here's how we're gonna do it, and then it just kind of goes in. There's always something in the way or a reason why we can't do something. Code's always changing. It could be because of that. It could just because of how it's laid out, or somebody just ain't trying to dig some more and they're like, hey, let's just keep it with what's dug right now. We're just gonna go with that. There's many reasons why. So, you know, if you guys are doing a rough in, underground rough, and you're like, man, he had it scheduled one way, but it's gonna have to go this way. Just know that it always happens, all right? So I kind of know now. I've gotten to the point where I can kind of do it myself. Like I could just start from this point and I can build. All I do, we mark out everything. We marked out what, 5 toilets you see? 1, 2, 3, 4 toilets. There's actually one that you can't see. We marked out the 5 toilets. And that's what you see right here. Here goes a toilet, here goes a toilet, here goes a toilet, here goes a toilet, and then there's one right over here that you can't see. All right, so these are all your toilets. When you walk into the restroom, you're gonna see all these toilets right here, and you're gonna have partitions, all right, dividing all these toilets, all right? So that's what you're seeing. So right now, let's go ahead and identify some stuff, because maybe y'all looking at this like, okay, what exactly am I looking at? Let's identify it. Right now, you see these little connection points right here. You see a lot of these are called bands, right? Mission bands, Husky bands. They call them, I think 4,000s, 2,000s. They got different names for them, all right? So I'm up north now, California up north, and they call them 4,000s, 2,000s. Back home on south, we call them just mission bands or Husky bands, all right? So whatever it is, just whatever the company's calling them, you guys call them that, so you know, learn their lingo basically, so that you guys can flow easy, and when you're calling out stuff, you guys know what you're talking about, all right? Don't try to come in there talking about this is what we call them down there. It doesn't matter, okay? They already got their system. You with another company, learn their lingo so that you can speak their language and everybody's on the same page. It's just easier that way. So I'm learning their stuff right now. But yeah, these are the bands. There are 4 tie down points on these bands. You see these bands right here. So, and they come with these 5/16 or 3/8 nuts. You take your nut driver, 5/16 or 3/8 nut driver, and that's what you're gonna lock these down with. And there's a system of how you do it properly, all right? And I'll go into all that on a different video. But yeah, so here's your mission bands right here. These are your fittings. Right now you have a Y, you have you have a 4-inch Y coming off of the main right here. 4-inch Y, you have a 4-inch 4x3 Y right here, because this is 3-inch going this way. And then you have a 4-inch combi right here, okay? So now this Y looks like a combi. If you could see this combi right here, there's just one connection going here, 2 connections right here, right? This one is a Y to a 45, which makes it look just like a combi. So we wired up and we put a 45 on it, and that's how we made this work right here. So it's equivalent to just a regular combi, all right? A Y with a 45. So if anybody asks you a Y with a 45, they're gonna do a combi, but they need it to go a certain way, so you have that play. That's what you're seeing right there. This particular application, we're gonna have to actually wrap it. So they want it wrapped with Visqueen. When you see that, it's like a big, old plastic wrap, right, roll that you're gonna see that we put underneath here. After it's all said and done, we know it's not leaking and all that stuff. All right, so, and here goes the soil pipe right here. This is all cast iron, all right. What you see right here, every toilet has a vent, every toilet has a vent. Now, I'm gonna give you guys 10 seconds, all right, to figure out what's missing before I tell you guys what's missing. Can you find what's missing in this next 10 seconds, all right? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is missing? If you guys got it, hey, you guys are plumbers, all right? Apparently I'm not, because I forgot it, all right? It just happens. It just happens like that, man. I'm cool with it. I went back and changed it, got it figured out. But what's missing right now is this right here is a floor drain, okay? We've got the floor drain, looking good, right? But this floor drain needs to be vented, all right? Now, where would you guys vent it? Tell me that. Where would you guys vent this at? Looking at this picture, where would you go? Where would you vent this, all right? I'll give you guys 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, all right. I decided to vent this back to the wall this way. Obviously, it just makes sense. These are where all our vents are. All these are vents right here coming off of the toilet. So, I mean, you're not gonna do it this way. It just doesn't make sense. If you see the plans, you know there's a wall gonna be built here. So what you do is, you figure out what the fittings that you have, how you're gonna vent this, and you're gonna have to grade it up, right? And then come up right on alongside here. And then that's your vent. It actually looked pretty clean. I actually had to 45. I think I used like 345 just to get it back there. There's different ways of doing it. I actually could have put a straight up and then a 90, but I don't know why I didn't do that. I made it more difficult for myself. If I put it, I could have put it straight up and went straight back. I don't know what I was thinking there. But I'm gonna tell you like this, man, like every time I do it, there's always a better way of doing it, right? Like I do it one way, like I could have just did it this way. That's always gonna happen. And that's the part that gets confusing for me. Like I hate working with people. Like I love working with people, but side by side, like, hey, you pick this part, I'll do this part, you do this part. I like working people like that, right? And if we need any help, we'll help each other. But I don't, like, if it's something I could do by myself, I don't like doing it because so many people have so many ways of doing it and everyone feels like their way is right. The right way is as long as it's effective, efficient, and it works. That is the right way. There is many ways of coming up with the right way. So, don't get discouraged if you feel like, somebody told you to do it another way. I mean, sometimes it's just, on that chain of command, and if they tell you to do it that way, it's their job. Do it the way they want it to. But for the most part, there is no wrong way as long as you've got your grade, as long as you got it supported, then you're good to go. And you know what I mean? You're not obstructing anything around, you're good. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. And you're always gonna learn as you go better ways of doing things every day. Like I've been doing this 12 years and I'm always learning new ways of doing things faster and that look better, you know what I mean? But it comes with time and it's never gonna stop. You're always gonna learn. So yeah, man, so that's the vent I was missing. I'm gonna put it right here and it goes straight up, boom, all right? Me, as you can see, I like my stuff to look very clean. What you see right here, I had to dig out extra. I was like, I could have did it different ways if they already had it dug out and I went their way, but I was like, nah, I want it to look as clean as possible. I love doing clean work. It just makes me enjoy my job when I can look at it like, dang, that's all right. So I love it. Like this unnecessarily cutting my pipe all at the same heights, it's extra. You don't have to do that. If I found other pipes and as long as our curb is like somewhere right here where this band is, just above it or whatever, you know what I mean? Like as long as it's above that, you're good anyway because you're gonna have to add all this and pull it all together. I just like to do it that way. There's companies that are gonna be like, yeah, this is what we like to do, this is how we do it. I like to do it where it looks good every single stage. You know what I'm saying? When people walk in, they're like, oh, okay. Off the back, they're gonna be like, man, this is a good company, right? You can throw stuff in there and it looks all crazy, even though it works. I mean, still like packaging, right? It's just think of it like packaging. I mean, are you gonna buy something with a crappy package or would you buy it with the nice nicely wrapped, popping package, right? You're gonna probably buy it with the popping package. So make your stuff pop, man. When they walk in, make them be like, man, that's all right when it's all together. You know what I mean? It don't have to be perfect, but as long as it looks like, man, like you care about your stuff, they're gonna know you care about their stuff and they're not gonna be like inspectors and all that stuff, not gonna be on you as tough as they would if they felt like you may not know what you're doing. You feel me? So that is a key point to working with inspectors, which we could talk about later in another video. All right, so back to it. What you're seeing right now, the water closets, we know the vents, we know the floor drain. We know we got to vent the floor drain. All right, what's up with this right here? What is this? This is a floor clean out, all right? So we put the floor clean out, and then that's where you're gonna snake it, do all your little snaking stuff, right? So that's that right there. This line goes, like I said, the urinals are over here, but I'm showing you guys a part. So I just took a picture of this part because I didn't have that part done yet. But yeah, here you go right here. So pipe, 2-inch pipe coming up the wall for your vent. You've got a closet flange, and when we do these, we usually put we stake them down with rebar. So what you're seeing under here is rebar and tie wire holding these up, and it's pretty solid. So when you're on there and you're compacting and all that stuff, like you have to make sure it's pretty solid because these numbers off the wall are legit. From the side wall and from the front wall, they cannot be moved. You know what I mean? You want them to be right on center. So you want to make sure you lock your stuff in there good. All right. So yeah, man, I won't get too much into it, but that's what you're looking at, man. That is the underground of water closets. Water closet, what is that? A toilet, all right? You got 4 toilets you're looking at right now that you guys can see. There's 5 in there, but you can't see the other one. These are, this is what an underground restroom, where you see the toilets and you see the partitions. This is what you're standing on top of right here. This work of art right here is what y'all standing on. Yeah, man, it takes a little time, but yeah, this is what an effective system looks like. So that's what you're looking at. It's cool. I like it. I was happy with it. As long as you're happy with it when you leave, you know, that's all that should matter. At the most point, do your best. You know what I'm saying? And just make it happen, man. So this is what it looks like. I hope you guys got something from that, from you guys that are just learning. I know this is valuable information for you guys, man. Check it out, look at it, see what's going on with it. And when you guys are out there, they won't look so scary to you when they're like, hey, we're about to do an underground. Y'all know what to do. Y'all about to get in there, y'all gonna dig. You're looking for the point of connection first, and then you're gonna run what's going on, all right? So I wanna thank you guys for watching. This is Life in Plumbing. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one, all right?
Me and my God always conversating. He say I'm happy you call, what you been up to lately? You said the reason I called, time I war with Satan, and I'ma need your help to get through this. Lord, please eradicate